Hi folks, thought I'd do a quick update on what's going on in the garden. And basically we're starting the fall growing season here, and it's really hot. It's been averaging around 99 to 100 degrees every day, and so a lot of the things that do well in the spring have died off and been pulled out and put in the compost pile. This is my cedar log bed here that I built a few years back, and there were beets right in here, and they've all gone away now, and I'm going to plant some cauliflower and broccoli in this space, but they don't get planted until about September 1st. And these are some basil, and there's a catnip and a couple of basil plants that I've cut way back because they were shading out these sweet potatoes here. These are a couple of newer sweet potato slips that I planted, and those are two that I planted a few weeks before them, and they're getting pretty robust now. That over there is the cucumber tub, and I'm leaving those plants go because I'm going to put broccoli or cauliflower or both in there for the fall season, but these are putting out a cucumber or two here and there. I harvested my seed cucumbers, and I'm just going to let that go because it's still feeding us cucumbers that are actually, they're pretty good. A few of them I had were bitter, but now the ones I'm getting seem to be okay. I don't know if it gets used to the heat or what. And here's our okra bed, and there's actually a couple of tomato plants. This is a Golden Jubilee tomato, which is a yellow tomato that grows really big. And these are okra, and those have grown a lot. And then we have a massive Greek basil plant here, or Italian basil, whatever you want to call it. And we still have a couple of marigold plants and stuff going. These are, I pulled the pepper plants out of these things. I think you saw that last time that they weren't here. There goes Penny. And those are lime basil and some thyme plants. And I planted my tomatoes last week. I had some flea beetle problems on these, so I had to sprinkle some Sevin dust on them to dissuade them from eating my plants. That's a massive oregano plant. Those are supposed to help with keeping bugs off your plants too, but they didn't seem to do anything for the flea beetles. One of my plants got eaten up pretty bad by them, but that problem seems to be solved now. So we've got 8 tomato plants in this bed, 4 different varieties and 1 other variety. So I've got 10 plants, 2 of each of 5 different varieties. Some thyme plants over there. Marigold's still going a little bit. They were trimmed way back. So I'm going to have to put a trellis in this pretty soon in case it gets windy. I don't want those plants getting blown over. There's a Ginger. She's hunting lizards. We have lots of chameleons and they're striped lizards. I'm not sure. Stop digging. And she's pretty well behaved when you talk to her. And this bed is empty right now, except for some parsley, which I also trimmed way back. There's a big oregano plant down on the end and a sage plant right here. I'll leave those going, and then this bed's going to be planted with potatoes. Basically, I saved all the potatoes that I grew this spring to replant. And this over here is a big sweet potato plant. I think I probably showed you this before, but this thing is getting massive. It's like the Little Shop of Horrors plant. And a lot of lizards hide in there. I got a picture of one earlier, but he's hiding from me now. And so that thing's getting big. The garden's getting back to producing, or going to be starting to produce some stuff soon. And I planted a couple of pickle tomatoes here. Might have been a little bit early with them. They don't really like this heat that much, but usually around the second week of September, we start losing some of the heat, at least at night. And we'll have days where it starts getting to where the days are in the high 80s instead of the high 90s. So, and the plants like that. So at that point in time, these things will start taking off and producing the tomatoes. That's pickle tomatoes. And I saved seeds from some of my other tomatoes, and I'm going to plant some of those too. A couple plants, not too many. We've got enough pickles to last us a long time already from the spring planting. This is, I think I told you this was Egyptian spinach, but it's actually Ethiopian spinach. There's another name for it. Actually, there's several other names for it. Some people call it Molokai. And so pretty soon we're going to pick some of that and try cooking it up and seeing if it tastes like spinach. They say it does. So yeah, that's about it for this end of the garden. We've got a couple compost piles down here, and this one is just massive. But the compost piles around here don't break down that fast because I'm not going to spray this with water every day to keep it wet, because water is expensive here. So that's it for this side of the garden. I'll do another one for the other side.